The truth about Mercedes' performance. Oracle Red Bull Racing clinched their 6th impressive constructors title in Japan, in a very dominant fashion. For some reason, this isn't getting much attention. The content creators are too busy slamming Checo Perez, who received loads of support a few weeks ago, or talking about the future Red Bull Racing and AlphaTauri lineup. It's suspiciously quiet around the fact that Mercedes is getting beaten by McLaren, the team that buys their engines from Mercedes. Mercedes was bad in 2022, but made huge promises for 2023. There's something that is making the Mercedes car slower, and it's like the media is afraid to talk about it. I'm Wimbo. Here's 3 seconds to leave a like. The 2022 season. Mercedes suffered from too much drag during the 2022 season. When discussing the changes required by the W13, Hamilton said the drag was number 2 or equal number 1. The biggest problem they had was the bouncing, and even a TD that Toto Wolff fought hard for safety, right, didn't help them much. It did slow Ferrari down, so the little title battle we had in 2022 was over after the summer break. The W13's drag issues were a direct consequence of the adjustments made to get rid of porpoising. Mercedes scored 515 points, 39 points behind Ferrari, and almost 100 points less than their 2021 result. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell finished 6th and 4th in the driver's standings. Russell, who joined the team as a full-time driver in 2022, scored 275 points and the one and only win for Mercedes, something his older and more experienced teammate couldn't. The expectations of 2023. Before the 2023 season started, Mercedes was in a combatant mood. Russell promised their fans they'd be in a much stronger position from race 1. They haven't forgotten how to build a fast race car, Russell told BBC Radio. We just got it wrong this year. One of the biggest changes on the outside was to go back to black. This was done for weight saving as it needed less paint. Another radical change was to drop the zero sidepod concept they had into a more conventional concept. Still, all these changes didn't prevent Aston Martin, their one-man customer team, from beating them regularly in the first set of races. And when Aston Martin dropped off, the other customer team, McLaren, started beating them too. It didn't stop Lewis Hamilton from telling Sky Sports F1 at the Dutch GP that the Mercedes 2023 Formula 1 turnaround had been overlooked. They did have a run of 4 podiums and overtook Alonso in the standings. This is what he said. I think it's a huge achievement, and I think it's something that I feel has been a little bit overlooked, if I'm being honest. He went on to explain that it was a big achievement from the team to be P2 in the standings and more of the PR nonsense that we know from him and his team. Mercedes media outburst. After the summer break, Max Verstappen and Red Bull started breaking some records. This didn't impress the Mercedes trio, as they came out with all kinds of statements to diminish the achievements, to which Max Verstappen, Christian Horner and Helmut Marko had to react, obviously. I already made a video about that. I will put it up as an end screen so you can either watch it again or maybe for the first time. I concluded that it was a big old smokescreen from Mercedes to hide their own incompetence, anything to keep the attention away from what was coming next. TD 018. A new TD was issued to put a boundary on parts flexing too much. At the first race it was in place, Red Bull had an off weekend. In Singapore, Red Bull had a case of Murphy's Law where everything that could go wrong went wrong. Mercedes was quick to make these sneaky allegations about it having something to do with the TD. The press, who for some reason have always been Mercedes-minded, didn't mind spreading this, and the fanbase did the rest on social media. So all eyes were on Japan. According to Hamilton, Verstappen needed to win by a margin of 30 seconds or else it was suspicious. And all this time, nobody paid attention to the pretty mediocre performance of Mercedes, which was their plan all along. With most of the F1 media being pro-Mercedes and another part being afraid to get cancelled, I still haven't seen any articles or videos explaining why Mercedes, after all this hype, is losing against Ferrari and McLaren. The data content creators haven't made any side-by-side comparisons between Mercedes before TD018 and after TD018. I'm not that type of content creator, as I'm more about the vibes around the sport. But I, for one, would love to see a video where they unravel all these kind of things. Apparently, the race in Qatar would expose teams with flexi parts too. So we need to wait on that. It's definitely something to look out for. I hope all of you watching this video don't get confused by all the little narratives that get thrown out there, and you keep an eye on what's really happening. I'll report back on this after Qatar, as I won't be gaslighted by Mercedes. Subscribe. Take care now. Doei doei.